Imagine a storm so powerful it engulfs the entire world in water. This isn't a scene from a modern disaster movie, but a story from the Bible, the tale of Noah's Ark. Our journey begins in Genesis chapter 6, where we find a world far removed from the paradise of Eden. The earth, filled with people, had become a place of wickedness and corruption. Every thought of the human heart was continuously inclined towards evil, a stark contrast to the divine image in which mankind was initially crafted. It was a time when the goodness of humanity was overshadowed by malevolence, a time when the sacred sanctity of life was lost in the clamor of violence and deceit. The Lord saw the extent of human wickedness, and it grieved him to his heart. The world he had created with love and care had become a cesspool of sin, the creation turning against the Creator. The divine heart was filled with sorrow, a poignant sadness that echoed through the heavens. The decision was made, a resolution as heavy as the hearts that bore it. God decided to cleanse the earth, to wipe away the wickedness that had so thoroughly permeated it. A divine reset, if you will. The earth was to be purged of its corruption, washed clean through a deluge of unprecedented proportions. But amidst the moral decay, a beacon of righteousness still shone. A man named Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. He stood as a testament to the potential goodness of mankind, a living proof that righteousness could still exist in a world teetering on the brink of divine judgment. The great deluge, a flood of such magnitude that it would cover the entire earth, was on the horizon. But this was not a story of unmitigated destruction. No, it was a tale of hope, of redemption, and of a new beginning. The stage is set, the earth is ripe for divine intervention. Cue Noah, a righteous man in the eyes of the Lord. When God decides to remodel, he doesn't skimp on the details. Indeed, when it came to the construction of the ark, God provided Noah with an intricate blueprint as detailed in Genesis 6, verses 14 to 16. This was not a project for the faint-hearted, but for a man of unwavering faith and commitment. Picture this. Noah was to build an ark of gopher wood, a strong, resilient material capable of withstanding the fury of the impending storm. The ark was to be as vast as an ocean liner, reaching 300 cubits in length, 50 cubits in width, and 30 cubits in height. To put that into perspective, that's roughly 1.5 football fields long, half a football field wide, and 4 stories tall. A gargantuan task, to say the least, but Noah was not deterred. God's blueprint didn't stop at the exterior. The ark was to have rooms or compartments within. These compartments were designed to house Noah's family and the myriad of creatures that would call the ark their temporary home. Moreover, the ark was to be coated inside and out with pitch. This was a form of waterproofing, ensuring that the ark would be impervious to the relentless waters of the flood. And let's not forget the single window and the door positioned on the side of the ark. The window, a small aperture, was crucial for ventilation and light, while the door was the only means of entry and exit. Interestingly, the ark was not designed for navigation. It had no rudder, no oars, no captain's wheel. Its sole purpose was to float, to serve as a refuge, carrying its precious cargo safely through the storm. This grand design was not born out of human ingenuity, but was a divine blueprint, a testament to God's wisdom and foresight. With a divine blueprint in hand, Noah was ready to undertake the greatest construction project the world had ever seen. 2 of every kind, a divine mandate that would turn the ark into a floating menagerie. Picture this, Noah, a mere man tasked with the monumental mission of preserving the world's wildlife from the impending deluge. According to Genesis 6:19-20, Noah was to gather 2 of every living creature, a male and a female. From the tiniest of insects to the largest of beasts, the ark was to become a sanctuary in the storm. Now think for a moment about the sheer scale of this task. It wasn't just about gathering the animals, but also about their upkeep. How did Noah manage to house and care for such a diverse array of creatures? The logistics alone would have been staggering. The ark would have had to provide suitable habitats for each species, from the arid desert dwellers to the jungle inhabitants. And then there's the issue of food. Each animal, each bird, each insect would have had its own unique dietary needs. Some were carnivores, some herbivores, and others omnivores. Noah would have needed to store enough food for all these creatures to last throughout the flood and for some time after. Let's not forget about the issue of peacekeeping. With natural predators and prey under the same roof, maintaining harmony would have been a Herculean task. Perhaps there was divine intervention at play, keeping the peace among the ark's diverse inhabitants. And what about the noises? Imagine the cacophony of animal calls, the roar of the lion, the trumpet of the elephant, the chatter of monkeys, and the chirping of birds. The ark must have been a symphony of sounds, a testament to the world's wildlife's incredible diversity. Despite these challenges, Noah and his family embarked on this task with unwavering faith. They built the ark, gathered the animals, stored the food, and prepared for the storm. It's a story of obedience, faith, and preservation. And so, with the ark filled with a cacophony of animal calls, the stage was set for the arrival of the storm. As the last animal stepped on board, the skies darkened. The time had come. Now the stage was set for an event unlike any other in the annals of human history. It was a day that would forever be etched in the annals of time. A day when the heavens opened up and the earth was engulfed by a deluge of incomprehensible magnitude. According to the account in Genesis 7 verses 11 and 12, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. The rain, relentless and unyielding, pummeled the earth without mercy. Drops fell like a million tiny hammers, battering the land, the trees, the mountains. It was a storm that held no quarter, a tempest that cared not for the pleas of those caught in its wrath. The waters rose inch by inch, foot by foot. Rivers burst their banks, seas swelled beyond their shores, mountains became islands, and islands vanished beneath the waves. As the floodwaters rose, the ark, that colossal testament to faith and obedience, began its maiden voyage. The ark, a vessel wrought by divine design and human endeavor, was now afloat. It bobbed and swayed, tossed and turned, yet held fast amidst the churning seas. It was a beacon of hope amidst a world succumbing to watery oblivion, a solitary ark in a sea of despair. Meanwhile, the world outside was a scene of utter chaos. Men, women, and children, once dismissive of Noah's warnings, now found themselves facing the grim reality of their fate. They clamored for salvation, reached out for the ark, but it was too late. The decree of the divine could not be undone. As the ark bobbed on the churning waters, humanity's fate was sealed. The doors that once stood open, inviting all to seek refuge, were now shut tight. The ark, with its precious cargo, was adrift in a world remade by water. The onset of the flood marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new epoch in human history. A world submerged, the once bustling cities and verdant fields now lay silent and deep beneath the waves. The earth, that was once a vibrant tableau of life and activity, was now covered by a vast expanse of water, wiping out virtually all traces of the world that was. Based on Genesis 7 verses 19 through 23, we find a chilling account of this time. The flood waters rose, covering even the highest mountains. Every living thing that moved on the earth perished. Birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Imagine the chaos, the desperation, the sheer terror of those left behind. The flood was not a slow, creeping tide. It was swift and relentless. It showed no mercy, sparing neither the young nor the old, neither the weak nor the strong. The world was transformed into a vast, boundless ocean. The familiar landmarks, the mountains, the valleys, the forests, and the cities all vanished beneath the unending waves. The earth was bereft of its usual vibrancy and life. The skies, once filled with birds, were now empty. The fields, once teeming with life, were now silent. The cities, once bustling with people, were now submerged, their grandeur and might reduced to nothing more than a memory. The loss was unimaginable, the destruction complete. All of humanity, save for the 8 souls aboard the ark, were lost. Their cries for help, their pleas for mercy, were drowned out by the deafening roar of the floodwaters. But amidst this watery wasteland, there was a beacon of hope. A solitary vessel, an ark, floated on the endless sea. It was a sanctuary amidst the devastation, a testament to obedience and faith in the face of overwhelming odds. In this watery world, the ark was the lone beacon of life. After 40 days and 40 nights, the rain ceased, but the earth remained a water world. This marks the beginning of a period of patience and faith, where the inhabitants of the ark waited for the world to regain its familiar form. According to Genesis, God remembered Noah and every living thing in the ark and sent a wind to pass over the earth. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. However, the earth didn't dry out immediately. It was a slow and gradual process, testing the patience of those aboard the ark. The waters receded continually from the earth, a process that took 150 days. During this time, the ark moved restlessly upon the waters. Day by day, the ark's inhabitants waited, hoping for a sign that their journey was nearing its end. This was a time of reflection, a time of learning, a time of waiting for the promise of a new beginning. Then, on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. But the waters were still high and covered the mountains. It wasn't until the first day of the 10th month that the tops of the mountains were seen. Imagine the relief, the joy, the anticipation that must have filled the ark when they saw those first signs of land. It was a testament to their faith, their patience, and their obedience. They waited further, another 40 days, before Noah opened the window of the ark and sent out a raven. When the raven found no place to rest its foot, it returned to the ark. Noah then sent out a dove to see if the waters had receded from the face of the ground. The dove returned with an olive leaf in its beak, a sign of life, a sign that the earth was healing and renewing itself. This gave them hope. Finally, after months adrift, solid ground was in sight. The world was ready to start anew, and so were its remaining inhabitants. As the doors of the ark opened, a new world awaited Noah and his menagerie. In the wake of the Great Flood, the world was no longer the same. The once familiar landscapes had been transformed, washed clean by the divine deluge. It was a world reborn, fresh and untouched, waiting to be rediscovered. God spoke to Noah, his voice a soothing echo amidst the stillness. "Go forth from the ark," he commanded. "You, your wife, your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number." And so Noah, his family, and the vast menagerie of creatures stepped out into this brave new world. The air was crisp, invigorating, filled with the scent of damp earth and new beginnings. They were the pioneers in a world reborn, the torchbearers of life's resurgence. The challenges were daunting, the path ahead uncertain, but this was a fresh start, a chance to learn from the past and create a better future. There was hope in every step they took, faith in every breath they drew. The animals, too, ventured forth, their cautious steps illuminating the planet's resilience. The lions roared, the birds took flight, and the insects began their gentle hum, filling the silence with the symphony of life. Each creature in its own way was sowing the seeds of a new beginning, reshaping the world in their image. And Noah, the man chosen by God, took on his new role with determination. He, along with his family, began to rebuild, to sow seeds, and to nurture the land back to prosperity. They were the stewards of this new world, the custodians of life's second chance. And so in the aftermath of destruction, life began anew. In the aftermath of the flood, God made a promise, a covenant symbolized by a rainbow. As the waters receded and life began to stir once more, God established a covenant with Noah, his descendants, and every living creature. This covenant, as laid down in Genesis chapter 9, verses 8 to 17, was a pact of divine commitment. God pledged to never again destroy the earth by a flood, sealing this promise with the sign of a rainbow. The rainbow, with its spectrum of colors arching across the sky, became a symbol of this sacred agreement. But why a rainbow, you might wonder? The rainbow, in its essence, is a phenomenon of light, a beautiful interaction between sunlight and water droplets. It is a transitory spectacle, emerging only after the rain, when the atmosphere is still heavy with moisture, yet the sun is beginning to shine again. It is in many ways a symbol of transition and transformation, from storm to serenity, from despair to hope. This aligns perfectly with the narrative of the Great Flood. The deluge was a time of destruction, a purging of the earth's wickedness, yet in its wake it brought about a fresh start, a new beginning. The rainbow appearing after the storm became a fitting representation of this transformation. In addition, the rainbow's all-encompassing arc could be seen as a symbol of divine embrace, a heavenly assurance that encompasses the entire earth. Its vibrant colors, spanning the spectrum, could signify the diversity of life that God promised to preserve. Moreover, the fleeting nature of a rainbow serves as a poignant reminder of the transient yet cyclical nature of life. Storms may come, but they will pass, and in their wake, there is always the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Thus, each rainbow serves as a reminder of that covenant, a symbol of hope and a promise of mercy. Every time we witness this breathtaking spectacle in the sky, we're reminded of God's enduring promise to mankind, a testament to His mercy and love. The story of Noah's Ark is more than a tale of survival, it's a lesson in faith, obedience, and divine mercy. Delving into the depth of the narrative, we uncover a myriad of lessons that resonate even today. The first lesson is faith. Noah's faith was unshaken, even when the task seemed impossible. Constructing a massive ark, gathering animals of every kind, preparing for a flood in a world that had never seen rain. These were monumental tasks that required unwavering faith. It's a reminder that faith is not always about understanding the plan, it's about trusting the planner. Next, we see the virtue of obedience. Noah's obedience to divine instruction was absolute. He did not question, he did not falter, he simply obeyed. This obedience was not born out of fear, but out of a profound respect and trust in the divine. It underscores the importance of obedience in our lives, not out of compulsion, but out of love and trust. Then we come to divine judgment. The flood was indeed a severe judgment, a cleansing of the earth from its corruption, but it was also a necessary step for a new beginning. It's a poignant reminder that divine judgment is not arbitrary or vindictive. It is always coupled with a purpose and a promise of restoration. Lastly, we learn about divine mercy. Despite the harsh judgment, God provided a means of salvation, the ark. It was an emblem of God's mercy amidst judgment. It shows us that divine mercy is not an exception. It is a fundamental part of God's nature. When we reflect on these lessons, we are reminded that the story of Noah's Ark is a mirror held up to our lives. It's a reflection of our faith, our obedience, our understanding of divine judgment, and our reception of divine mercy. In the face of despair, Noah found hope, and in obedience, he found salvation. The story of Noah's Ark continues to resonate today, reminding us of our responsibilities and the rewards of faith. Just as the ark was a beacon of hope in the midst of the deluge, it remains a symbol of salvation and divine protection in our modern era. Its tale is a timeless reminder of the power of faith and obedience, underscoring the importance of trust in a higher power, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. In today's world, environmental stewardship has become a pressing concern, and the story of the ark resonates with new significance. The ark was, after all, a sanctuary for all living creatures, a testament to the value and beauty of biodiversity. It reminds us of our role as custodians of the earth, tasked with preserving and protecting its rich tapestry of life. Moreover, the Ark's story mirrors our own struggles and triumphs. It is a narrative of resilience and survival against all odds, offering a message of hope and renewal in times of hardship. It encourages us to keep faith, even when we feel adrift in the stormy seas of life, assuring us that every storm has an end and every night is followed by a new dawn. The enduring power of this biblical narrative lies in its universal relevance. It speaks to us across the ages, reminding us of the strength of the human spirit, the importance of faith, and the transformative power of new beginnings. It teaches us that with perseverance and trust we can weather any storm and emerge stronger on the other side. And so the Ark continues to sail through the annals of human history, its timeless tale echoing in our hearts and minds. It serves as a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of faith, and a reminder of our shared responsibility towards our planet and its myriad forms of life. The Ark's story is our story, a tale of survival, faith, and the promise of a new beginning. The tale of Noah's Ark, a tale as old as time, continues to inspire us today. This epic narrative, filled with divine instructions, an incredible menagerie, and the onset of a world-changing flood, offers profound lessons. It's a story of faith, obedience, and salvation. It reminds us of the power of second chances, symbolized by the receding waters and the promise of the Rainbow Covenant. As we delve into the story's intricate details, from the Ark's construction to the aftermath of the flood, we are invited to reflect. We're encouraged to consider the Ark's resonance in our lives, how we confront our own storms, and how we can find our own arcs of safety and hope. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of Noah's Ark, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Join our family as we continue to explore the fascinating stories of the Bible. Thank you so much for watching.